have you? Dorothy!
It started as a last-minute call to action, a drive-by food and fundraising event outside the ATCO Blue Flame Kitchen with a simple goal: help fill the shelves of Unison's Thrive Seniors Food Bank.
It hurts my heart. It breaks my heart in 1,000 pieces because the seniors are the ones that suffer in the end.
Chanda heard about the drive on Global Calgary and went to go shopping. She came back with a carload of food.
And we decided to come this morning to drop off donations. The need, not knowing that there was a need and how much they really do need, I guess is a better way to put it. And I just felt it was something I needed to do and to help out the seniors. It warms my heart. It makes me feel really good that this is what I'm doing for the city of Calgary, and we'll continue to keep doing it.
And she wasn't alone. Local businesses and individuals showed up with food and thousands of dollars in donations. Among them was Calgary roofer Robert LaPierre, who says helping seniors is personal.
And sometimes people get forgotten about. And that's something that just my grandparents were probably one of the best things that I had in my life when they were around. And those are the things that you just don't forget. You know, well, my granddad at 16 had forged his parents' signature, and he was off in World War II. And some of the sacrifices that have been made by the last generation and the generation before, it's something that you have to give back and you have to remember them, because I live a wonderful life. And I live that wonderful life because of the freedoms I have. Those are the knowledge keepers. You know, one of the things is Calgary Elite Roofing. We're also, you know, we're an Indigenous business. I'm Métis, and there's different sides of that coin that it sometimes can get a little convoluted on how you deal with everything in life. But the reality of it is those are all of our knowledge keepers. Those are the things that, you know, a lot of people say, Robbie, sometimes you hang out with folks that are a little bit older than you, and it's the reason, you know, did you ever wonder why you were the youngest one there? And it's because I'm getting the knowledge from the last generation on how to do better. One of the things with that is that you always have to remember that if it wasn't for them, you wouldn't have the life that you have right now. And it's tough out there. I mean, it's tough out there for everybody.
Robert says remembering the sacrifices made by previous generations means making time for them now.
But to be forgotten, that's just in my mind, that's a tragedy. You know, and it shouldn't happen. So sometimes people from all different walks of life, they value the 5-10 minutes that you can spend out of the day when you have the time. And you know what? Make the time. It's 5 or 10 minutes. So I used to deliver all of the different toiletries and the needs and the different smocks and different things that they needed. And I used to work for a company called Custom Linen. I mean, I was 20, I think I was 21 at the time, but you know, going through the hallways and you can see that the people are lonely. And sometimes families can't come visit or whatever the case may be, or maybe they don't have family. Well, we're all in this together, so everybody needs to pick it up a little.
Today I thought I'd drop off $1,000.
Tammy Truman donated $1,000 along with food. Inspired by a lesson she says she learned from her mother about the importance of giving.
Everyone who could gave just a little. Think of the difference we could make in the lives of so many. And I have never forgot that. And so I've just always tried to give a little whenever I could. And I love it that you give back.
Travel personality Leslie Caterer knows that often many seniors struggle to ask for help.
As seniors, sometimes they fall a little bit into neglect. You know, can you imagine if you're an older person, you're on a pension, you're on a limited income, and we see prices going up all the time, fuel prices, grocery prices. It's really tough. And if you're a person who maybe you've lost your spouse, who do you ask? You don't always want to be nagging your kids. So that's why we turn to the community, because we can help. All of us, each of us, by doing something small, makes a big difference in that senior's life. And I'm so happy that we've got this collection going on today, because it just gives us the little drive to try and help somebody else. I see it a lot, you know, people sometimes who've been traveling a lot, couples, and then I don't see them for ages, and I might bump into them in the mall and they say, oh, my husband died or my wife passed away and we're struggling, we can't afford to travel anymore. And then I start thinking, can they afford groceries? Can they afford fuel for the car? How do you ask for help? And you know something, our seniors are proud. They don't like to ask for help. That's why we have to take the first step and do something for them. And I'm so grateful for my good friend Leslie Horton for organizing this, because she's always thinking of other people.
And behind the entire drive was fan favorite Leslie Horton, who says she may not have a big check to write, but she does have a platform.
Well, when I hear about people who are struggling in some form of their life, I always think, is there something that I can do to maybe help that struggle be a little bit less? I don't have money, so I can't donate money, but I have a platform and I can use that platform for good. And a bunch of years ago, I decided that that was the way it was going to be. I love connecting people in the community. Sometimes people just need a conduit to go from the people who need to the people who have. And I like to be part of that information highway, so that letting people know, here's a need, here's what we're doing about it. If you can help, this is what we need and this is how you can do it. And they respond. I'm thrilled with the response. I have the utmost of faith in Calgarians. This was a very sort of last minute thing, but I have the utmost faith in the community that they're going to come through, because I think everybody wants to help and sometimes they just don't know how to help. And sometimes they don't realize that just a small bit of help is actually going to go a long way, because there's many of us that are doing a small bit of help. So the community really came through. I knew they would. I thought they would, and they did. And there was, surprisingly to me, a lot of hugs and tears at this event. And that shouldn't have surprised me, because when you think about why we're here and the fact that seniors are making some tough decisions every single day, that is heartbreaking. And when we all come together and we help to make that a little bit better, our hearts grow bigger, and our hearts grow bigger with every hug and every donation and every community connection that we make. And we made a lot of those today.
There were donations, there were volunteers from the Magic of Christmas and the Kinsman Club, and there was a lot of emotion.
This is incredible. This is my first opportunity to witness something like this, and the support, the donations, the volunteers that have come out, it's been really spectacular. It really opens something up inside of you.
For Unison volunteers, the event was a reminder that food insecurity doesn't discriminate.
Sometimes they're hungry and sometimes they can't get what they need. So, I mean, I help one of the ladies out there. I work with her and I bring her food every Tuesday, every Wednesday when I'm working. So I think I'm just good at budgeting. So I usually have enough. So
I think it's really important for us to support the seniors in society, and I think they don't get enough attention, and food insecurity is a huge thing that we really need to pay attention to. I've learned that people that need help are from all walks of life, from all cultures, all demographics, and it's really nice to be able to give them a little helping hand. Yes, it's so important to be. You just don't know when things are going to happen, when you need a little extra help. It could just be a one-time thing, or it could be something that you need for several months.
And that's the message behind the food drive. You don't have to solve food insecurity on your own. A bag of groceries, $10, $1,000, or even 5 minutes spent with someone who may be lonely. They're small acts multiplied across a community that make a big difference. And on this morning, Calgary showed exactly what can happen when people decide to help together.